Bueno, toda mi gente bonita del Belly, ¿cómo están todos por ahí? Qué chinga los dieron a los Cowboys, pero de buena suerte que es el último en la lista. We'll talk about it when I get to Monday night. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know how Cowboys feel right now. I talked to a couple. I call a friend of mine in Arlington. He lives in Mesquite. My friend Armando Delgado and Becky Salazar. I called him last night after the game, and I said, because we were planning on going to the game, but it was Monday night. Dije, chinga, de buena suerte que no fui para el juego porque ya me era andar escondiendo allá arriba. Vámonos ya, have time, antes que comience la bolista. And they predicted it. I saw it last night. I was going to try to get a picture. I forgot. But when the game was over or was getting over, they had predicted that the Cowboys fans are going to come to the point where they wear a bag over their heads. And I saw it last night. There was a guy there wearing a bag over his head. Dije, chinga, mira cómo llegamos from the Tom Landry days and the Jimmy Johnson days of glory. But anyway, let's get right to it. The Commanders, I thought, on Thursday, we're going to start on Thursday Night Football. First of all, before I start off, I just got here and I didn't even know it was a SpaceX launch. Y dije, pues, ¿sabes qué? We're drinking, preparing for the show here. Y dije, where is it? Because, I know north is that way, south. So we measured it. My sobrino, DJ Luz, measured it. Y chinga, right where he said. We're watching it he had it on his phone. And well, let me watch it. I already launched. I saw it on the phone at lunch. And so as soon as we turned around, he was like that. Right where he said, from here in Westaco, we could see he recorded it. We could see it. And then we could see when it detracted the they call it también en el splashdown. We could see when the booster came down and we said, let's do the show because we got another hour before, it's gonna orbit around the Earth. It was cool to watch, and congratulations to SpaceX and Elon Musk. No wonder Trump is getting him in the office because he's doing things that NASA can't do. So, and I think he launches. He don't need nobody to fund him. He funds himself. He launches every month. He's launching something. He's doing something. If he's not giving money away for the election, he's doing electric cars and está jovencito. Olvídate. Elon Musk está cabrón. I think NASA would want Elon Musk there. I think he's got better scientists than the ones we have there at NASA. But anyway, congratulations to them. Now we go to Thursday Night Football. I had picked the Commanders to beat the Eagles. I was wrong. Eagles are coming back strong. I think they haven't lost in 6 or 7 games in a row. Let me ponerme los magus porque está medio chiquita la letra. Commanders are 7-4. They're second and they're in our division, the NFC division. They're 7-4. They lost to the Eagles, who are now 8-2, 26-18. It was still a good game to start off the week. The Packers should have lost. Primo Anthony, I saw you yesterday. Nice to see you. As a Bears fan, diehard Bears fan, they're not doing too well, Primo. But we'll get to see them on Thanksgiving. I think the Bears are playing on Thanksgiving. I think they're playing, if I'm not mistaken, either the Lions, one of those teams. We'll get to it right now. Bears are 4-6. They lost to the Packers. Packers should have been 7-4. The Bears missed a field goal, just like our kicker missed a field goal last night it must have been a 20, 30-yarder. He missed it to win the game over the Packers. The Packers are lucky. I always said it, and I'll keep on saying it. Every time they play us, either they win or even if they don't have a quarterback, they still find a way to win. Good teams find a way to win. And that's they're 7-3, 20-19. It was a good game. I thought the Bears were going to pull it off. I was wrong. The Lions just decimated. I'm going to use that word every time a team gets to 50 points. Decimate 52 points. My God, 52 points over the Jaguars. Of course, Trevor Lawrence is not doing too well. He's been benched. He's 2-9. Jaguars are 2-9. 52-6. The Lions are 9-1. The Dolphins got their quarterback and lefty Tua. He's back. And he played a good game. The Dolphins are not getting anywhere, and the Raiders aren't getting nowhere. The Raiders are 2-8. They still lost to the Dolphins 4-6, 34-19. The Rams and the Patriots. The Rams are 5-5. They're at 500. They beat the Patriots 3-8 team 28-22. Of course, the Saints played nobody. I think they were in a bye. Oh no! Let me read it again. I thought I said bye. It says Browns. It's the same thing. 2-8. The Browns are 2-8. The Saints are 4-7. I haven't seen the Saints, have these much points a whole season. I think this is as much points as they've scored the entire year. 35-14. Enjoy it. I think they got another easy game next week, but they're not going nowhere. They're going to be in the bench, in the sideline, not the bench. Joe Flacco's going to be there in the sofa, and hopefully Prescott's already out for the season. He's going to be in another sofa, and by then Cooper Rush will probably be in the sofa next to all those guys, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have the remote, and they're all going to watch the playoffs together in the same couch. The Steelers, mi amigo Danny, the Steelers are doing good. They're Super Bowlish, como dice mi amigo Danny Castañeda. They're 8-2. They beat a good team, the Ravens. Close game, 18-16. The Ravens are 7-4. The Vikings are an excellent team, 8-2. Of course, they played the Tennessee Titans, Rob Romero, so don't get excited. They're 2-8. They beat a 2-8 team, and they look really, really good. 23-13. They still won. Mi amigo Gili Segura. Colts beat the Jets. Of course, two teams that are not going anywhere. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, is going to be next to Joe Flacco on the couch. They're 3-8. The Colts are 5-6, 28-27. It was still a close game, but it was two teams that don't even matter anymore. The Falcons. My Falcons got destroyed. Under 50, I'm going to use destroyed. 38 points. The Broncos, a good coaching. Last night's Monday night game, bad coaching on both teams. Even though the Texans won, it was still some fourth down plays and some field goal kicks that they should have done to keep it closer than it was. Of course, the second quarter, but the first quarter, it was close. But of course, Texas came back after halftime, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. The Broncos 38-6 against my favorite team of mine, Kirk Cousins. 6 points. He didn't even score. He'll be next year. He's about 34 years old. He'll be next to Aaron Rodgers on the couch, and Dak Prescott's going to be in the middle with the popcorn, and they'll all be sharing there, watching the playoffs come this year. The Seahawks, one of my favorite games of which I chose the Seahawks to beat the 49ers. They're both 5-5. They're 500. Cowboys are at 300, so it doesn't matter. 300, 500. If you're not at 700 by now, you're gonna make even the wild card. Como dice el vato que el playoffs. No, you're not going nowhere. 49ers, the whole team's gonna be in the back of the sofa, along with the Seahawks, watching the playoffs and getting some popcorn from Prescott in the middle. Seahawks beat them at the end. Geno Smith came through at the end. Left them only 12 seconds on the clock to try to do something. Of course, it was too little, too late. The Seahawks won 20-17. Excellent game. Another good game. I beat the Bills. The Bills were the only ones that had a shot of not letting the Chiefs go undefeated and try to catch the 72 Dolphins team. The Bills won 92. They're 9-2. And the Chiefs are 9-1. They're still on the top of their division. Hopefully, we get to see these guys play 3 times. We're going to have another one. We usually see them 2, but of course, at the end, we might get a playoff game or something like that on a playoff card to see them again, because these are the top teams. That last night was like a playoff team, a playoff divisional team on both sides, trying to go to the Super Bowl. It was an excellent game. 30-21. Josh Allen did great. Mahomes played well, but of course Josh Allen played better. 130-21. The Bengals, El Burrows is doing all he can with the team that he's got. He's still scoring 27 points, and they lose. My God, if you score 27 points, And he's been scoring like that against Baker Mayfield. The Buccaneers, they usually go all out and win at the end. Either one wins. This year, of course, Mayfield had the edge and won by 3 in a couple of games. The Chargers came back. They're a 7-3 team. The Chargers are a good team. I saw that the Chargers quarterback go down with an injury last year, and he came back with his ribs pretty close to broken, and still played next. I mean, these are the guys that you want on your team, and the team's gonna block for you when you have guys that play with their bruised ribs. Because I don't know if you have bruised ribs before, but it even hurts to move or laugh or whatever. So I saw him play with bruised ribs. I think they were broken, but he still played, and he's a hell of a quarterback. And of course, Joe Burrows is also a hell of a quarterback. Either one of those guys in our team would have made a difference. 34-27. The Chargers are 7-3. The Bengals are 4-7. Now we come to Monday night. I was hoping after the third quarter that I was thinking to myself and saying, I hope the internet starts buffering again, so I don't have to see this no more. Because after that fake punt, I couldn't take it anymore. Take me to jail now. I was hoping for that Tyson buffering, but no, it didn't happen. I had to continue watching it. I was watching it like this the whole night, así con un ojo abierto pelón. And pues no, the first quarter was close. I don't know why he didn't continue throwing they took him out after our fastest guy, number 9. I mean, he had some good kick returns, a couple of good punt returns, and he had do you all know that's the first touchdown this year? They already played 10 games. Of those home games, this is the first touchdown that the Cowboys have scored at home this year. And by the way, I think it's going to be the only touchdown. Now the kicker is even missing the field goals. Because Troy Aikman came out and said, he hasn't missed a field goal at home all season. And what do you know? He missed a 31, what was it, 30-something field goal. And then what happens next? They kicked a field goal, 64-yard field goal, got a penalty somewhere, and the points were in the board. They told him to take the points off the board, and we're going to try to score a touchdown. We got no points. Once you get points on the board, you're not supposed to take them off. And you should have just went on from there. Of course, we didn't get nothing. And we stayed at 10. At least we could have got 13. It could have been closer. At least the 64-yarder got negated, or because the coaching was doing miserable. Actually, the Texans también, I don't know if they just wanted to really do us in this year, because they were going for it when they didn't have to. 4th and 1, all they got to do is punt it, manage the time, and the game would have been over. But of course, they destroyed the Cowboys 34-10. And the sad part is we don't play them again for another 4 years. I mean, we play them scrimmage every year. But a real game, it's every 4 years. We won't get a chance till 2028 to try to get a team ready to play the Texans. And of course, next year it'll probably be in Houston, because this year was at the Cowboys. So it's good for me because it's closer. But 2028, by then, Trump is either gonna be a dictator because he wants to run forever, or we're gonna have a new president by 2028. Pues a ver qué pasa. But I hope 4 years go by quick. But I hope we have a new coach and a new team by then, because this team, it's the worst team I've seen since. Nobody can catch anybody. Mixon is an old player. They couldn't catch him. They took a touchdown off because we had a penalty. There was one of their linemen was down the field. Otherwise, they would have started with a touchdown. It would have been 40. It would have been a 40 blowout since the halftime, since the first quarter. But we can't catch anybody. Diggs has lost a step since he messed up his Achilles tendon. He's not the same anymore. He can't catch anybody. We need some speed in the depth. The safeties, you gotta have speed in the at least a safety. at least have a speedster for safety. So he's playing center field back there. He's trying to. He has to go to the left. He got to go to the right. He's just waiting to see what the quarterback where he's going to throw to, so he can get to the ball and help out the corners. But if we don't have speed, I mean, pues, olvídate. Might as well put a lineman back there because they're not going to catch him anyway. But we need to get some more guys there to help us in the. You got to get a free safety and a strong safety that can run. I mean, the corner Tawana Diggs gives now he's giving everybody 10 yards. He can't because he knows he's getting beat. All the receivers are faster than our defensive players. That's what I'm trying to say. So they give him 10 yards. They don't play him 5 yard and bump. No, they're playing back. They let him catch everything in the middle, so you could catch 10 yards 10 times, and you're gonna score a touchdown with the Cowboys this year. And every team that has the video, anybody that's why everybody that plays us, 3-7 team, 2-9, the Jaguars can come close to beating us, which are the worst team. I think is the Browns can come over here, which are the worst team in the league right now, next to the Jaguars, and do something because all they got to do is throw it short because they can't cover anybody, long or short. So they're giving you short, that way you don't burn them long. And somebody comes around like the Bills and the Mahomes, they already know this. They're going to beat you long because they got the speedsters to do it. But the Cowboys very disappointing. It was a Texas game, but they really got destroyed. And I hope they're talking about Sanders. Hopefully Atlanta doesn't get him first because he's either going to go with Atlanta. Because he has a house in Atlanta. He started off in Atlanta. He's always going to be from Atlanta. And then he went to the 49ers and then the Cowboys. He has a ranch aquí in Texas, but todavía tiene casa allá también. So he wants his sons to play. I don't think he'll go to the 49ers. Either go to Atlanta or try to go to the Cowboys. But it depends on the owner. The owner doesn't come through. I'm pretty sure the Falcons owner are going to, because they're not going to get Cousins anymore. Cousins is done. He's 34 years old. Of course, whoever gets Sanders and gets the sons, of course, he wants both sons to play under him. It's going to be if the Cowboys get anybody that they get, they're still going to keep Prescott for another year because you just can't put a fresh guy in the NFL. It's too fast for him. They got to start learning. So they're going to, introduce him. It'll take another year, 2 years. So what? Maybe by 2028, when we face the Texans, we'll be ready with a Sanders in there. But it's not going to happen soon unless we get a good running back. Because those guys, El Duro, they should just call him Duro because it's Duro. He's done. Elliott, olvídate, he's going to be next to Prescott, getting the popcorn also. And a lot of players that I see on the Cowboys need to go. Trey Lance, if they're not going to use him, please try to get some draft picks for him next year and trade him off. También Cook, if you're not going to use Devin Cook, what the hell did you draft him for? Go ahead and get some draft picks for him. And that new receiver, we didn't even see him. Milton, I didn't see him. Did you guys see him? I don't even know what number. I think he's going to use Amari Cooper's old number. 19. Did you all see 19 in there? I didn't see him. I don't know what they're doing. He was supposed to get dressed up, and I didn't see him the whole game. So I don't know what they're doing. Now I'm gonna do the predictions first. At the end, I'm gonna have a little toy drive thing that I'm gonna announce. It's actually a bike drive. It's for Chili's here in Weslaco. It's for Sam Smith. Is the main manager there at the Chili's here in Weslaco. But I'll get to that after I do the predictions. One thing before the Texans, I gotta say something about the Texans. The Texans have 2 games. I mean, the Texans are looking good to maybe get a second round seed because there's some more teams on the end. But I think they're going to win the division next week. They got 2 games that they got the Titans first, and then they got the Jaguars, and then chinga que suerte they have a bye week on week 14. So, so coming back on the 15th, on week 15, come back week 15, they're going to play some other team, Dolphins. They play the Dolphins, and then get ready because they only got two teams that they got before they play. The last game they got is against the Titans again. So they play the Chiefs. Come back after Dolphins game, they play the Chiefs, which is the only team they're gonna give them that, and then they play the Ravens. So they got two games left in the whole season in their season. So they're 7-3. I mean, they could go 5, and then they got 3 more. They could go 10 or 11 and 4 or 11 or 10 and 5. I mean 10 and 7, 11 and 7, 12 and 7. I mean, they could go lose just 2 more games. They could win them. They could win. They got to bye, of course. That's a given. That's like playing again the Cowboys because they had to bye this week. So, no, hombre, their destiny, only they can. Their destiny is not even. It's already written. They got 3 cheap teams coming up, losing records, and I got to bye. And then the only team, if they can win against the Ravens, because of course the Ravens lost this week, and the Chiefs, but the Chiefs está cabrón. But you never know. Any given Sunday, anybody can lose, and I'm gonna be rooting for the Texans because they have a good team. Their receivers are good. So I want to do the predictions now. Coming up on Thursday, November 21st, the Steelers will beat the Browns. The Chiefs will come back and beat the Panthers. Que bueno, like I said, the Bills were the only ones. The Chiefs have they're not going to play anybody until they play the Texans. So the Panthers are not going to beat them. Any given Sunday, the Panthers are not going to beat them. So the Chiefs will win. They'll be 10-1. Sorry, Primo, but the Vikings will beat the Bears. But I'll be rooting for the Bears, but the Vikings are going to beat the Bears. They'll be 9-2. The Texans, of course, they're going to play the Titans, the 2-8 Titans. I mean, there's no reason for not to put 8-4 already on the Texans. The Lions will beat the Colts. They'll be 10-1. The Dolphins, they got the quarterback back. They're gonna beat the Patriots. And then we go to the Buccaneers will beat the Giants. Buccaneers, Mayfield will beat the Giants. Cowboys and Commanders. I can't go against my Cowboys, but I know the Commanders are gonna win. I'll go with the Commanders. Hopefully, if I choose against them, I haven't chosen against them all year. Now that I choose the Commanders, maybe the Cowboys will come back and make me a liar. Hopefully, I'm a liar next week. Before we get to the Giants on Thanksgiving, it's a short week for the Cowboys, the Lions, the Bears. They got the game Sunday, and then they come back and play the 28th on Thursday for Thanksgiving. So the Broncos will beat the Raiders, the 49ers, and the Packers. I never go for the Packers, but the Packers are 7-3. I'm going to go for the Packers to beat the 49ers. And the Packers will be 5-6. And I'm sitting on the back in the sofa eating popcorn with Prescott. Cardinals are going to beat the Seahawks. They'll be 7-4. And the Seahawks will be 5-6. The Eagles will beat the Rams. And for Monday, November 25th, we have the Ravens and the Chargers. It's going to be a great game Monday. 7-3 against 7-4 Ravens. It's a hard one, but I'm gonna go Shinga. I want to pick the Chargers, but I don't think the Ravens will win. We'll lose 2 in a row. I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win Monday night. And now we're gonna go to this. We got a bike drive. I went to Chili's the other day. My friend is having a little. He wants to get 60 bikes for Christmas. Por favor, no me traigan las bikes que tienen en el storage de 1939 con spider webs. Tiene que ser nuevas, no sean ingratos. Y chiquitas, más o menos esas tricycles, you know, you can get some for $20-25. They're not that expensive. Some of these places have them in boxes. These, donde están las paletas. That's where I'm going. I'm going to go to the paletas here and try to get, además que no diga, tiene detalle, no, don't bring me one that says tiene detalle, le falta una tuerca. No, try to get them all complete, maybe assembled. Don't bring them in a box. Nobody wants to assemble. So it's the The deadline is December 23rd. You can either send a Cash App. It's a Cash App. I'll go ahead and put this on one of the pictures on my background. Cash App. It's got a $sign. It's got Sam Smith 1172. Or you can just take it when you go to Chili's. If you guys go eat at Chili's, just go ask for one of these bike drive little pamphlets he's got there. And you can give a donation. You don't have to. You can give whatever you want. You don't have to buy a bike. You can just give a donation for whatever you can. If you can just leave instead of giving out, you can give a tip. And si te dan feria para atrás, just donate it to the bike drive. Whatever you got. They're trying to do something nice this year. It's going to be Christmas Day at 3 p.m. That's when they're going to give it out. I'm just going to keep on doing this till December 23rd. And hopefully they can meet their goal and get the 60 bikes for young kids and young little girls to make their Christmas a little brighter. There's a lot of people out there that need help. And pues I'm gonna donate probably a couple of bikes, maybe a blue one and a pink one, nomás para darle a los dos genders, para que no digan que soy un male chauvinistic. But whatever you can do, guys. It's here Chili's, our Chili's. Every time I go, it's packed in there, everywhere. So it's time to get back a little bit, get back for the kids in Christmas. That's about all I got. Hope to see you guys do well. We got one more before we're gonna have week 12 before we get to. I don't know. I'll probably do it Tuesday again next week, and then I don't know. Maybe the Thanksgiving I'll do it the following Tuesday. And then pues, I hope everybody has an excellent Thanksgiving. No coman mucho, pero si comen, invítenme. Y guárdenme los huesos por mis perros. No se los vaya a tirar, es el donation que quiero yo. Por favor, todos guárdenme los huesos, los quiero para mis perros. That's all I got. Happy Thanksgiving, like I said. We got another show, and I hope everybody's doing well. Nothing more but decirles, have fun on me. Y si se van a portar mal, por favor, invítenme.